Have you ever wondered how a nomadic tribesman became the ruler of the largest contiguous empire in history? Today, we're peeling back the layers of history to uncover the enigma that is Genghis Khan. Born as Temujin, he was merely a child of the harsh Mongolian steppes, a member of a small tribe, living a nomadic lifestyle. Far from the grandeur and power we associate him with today, his beginnings were incredibly modest. Yet within this humble tribesman lay a leader, a strategist, and a warrior who would change the course of history. His name, Genghis Khan, would echo through the ages, synonymous with power, conquest, and an empire that stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the heart of Europe. So how did Temujin, a young boy from a small tribe, become the legendary Genghis Khan? Let's delve into his intriguing life story. Born into the harsh conditions of Mongolia, Temujin's life was far from easy. The year was 1162, a time when the unforgiving Mongolian landscape was as tumultuous as the social and political climate. Temujin, who would later become known as Genghis Khan, was the son of a tribal leader. However, any semblance of privilege was short-lived. When Temujin was just 9 years old, his father was poisoned by a rival tribe, an event that would forever change the trajectory of his life. Suddenly, young Temujin was thrust into a world of uncertainty. His father's death triggered a power vacuum, leaving his family vulnerable. The rival Tatar tribe, seizing the opportunity, captured and enslaved him. For many, this would have been the end. But for Temujin, it was just the beginning. For 3 long years, Temujin lived in the shadow of his captors, facing unimaginable hardships. But rather than break him, these experiences steeled his resolve. He bided his time, learning from his captors while waiting for the right moment to strike. And when that moment came, he seized it with both hands. In an audacious move, Temujin escaped his captors. This daring escape was more than just a physical liberation. It was a psychological victory, a testament to his indomitable spirit. It marked the start of a new journey, one that would take him from the depths of despair to the heights of power. Each tribulation he faced, each adversity he overcame shaped him. They forged him into a leader, a warrior, a survivor. They instilled in him a ruthless determination, a strategic mind, and a relentless drive. These traits would later become the hallmarks of his leadership, propelling him to unimaginable heights. These early trials and tribulations hardened young Temujin and prepared him for the challenges that lay ahead. They were the crucible in which Genghis Khan, one of history's most formidable leaders, was forged. And as we'll see in the next chapter, these experiences would become the foundation upon which he would build an empire that would forever change the world. From a captive to a Khan, Temujin's rise to power was nothing short of extraordinary. His journey from a lowly prisoner to the ruler of the Mongolian steppes is a tale that echoes through the annals of history. Let's look at how this transformation took place. In the early 12th century, the Mongolian steppes were a fragmented landscape of feuding tribes and clans. It was into this volatile mix that Temujin stepped, with a vision of unity and strength. The first step in this ambitious plan was to bring together the disparate Mongolian tribes under one banner. Through a combination of diplomacy, marriage alliances, and sheer force of will, he managed to achieve this seemingly impossible task. In 1206, a grand assembly of Mongolian chieftains declared him Genghis Khan, which means the universal ruler. This was just the beginning of his extraordinary rise. Genghis Khan was not just a warrior, but also a strategic thinker. He formed alliances with powerful tribes, promising them a share in the spoils of war. His innovative military strategies, which included the use of psychological warfare and superior mobility, left his enemies in disarray. His armies were swift and ruthless, striking fear into the hearts of those who stood in their path. But Genghis Khan knew that to hold an empire together, he needed more than just military might. He introduced a code of laws known as Yasa, which governed everything from trade and diplomacy to family life. These laws were strictly enforced, creating a sense of order and unity among his people. The rise of Genghis Khan is a testament to his strategic acumen, his indomitable will, and his ability to inspire loyalty among his followers. He turned the fragmented tribes of the Mongolian steppes into a unified force, ready to take on the world. With an iron fist and a keen mind, Genghis Khan had transformed the scattered Mongolian tribes into a formidable force. His rise to power was nothing short of a historical marvel, a feat that continues to resonate in the echoes of time. Genghis Khan was not satisfied with ruling Mongolia alone. His eyes were set on the vast world beyond. Venturing out from his Mongolian stronghold, Genghis Khan embarked on a series of conquests that would forever change the course of history. His first major target was the Jin dynasty in northern China. With a powerful and disciplined army, the Mongols quickly overwhelmed the Jin, setting the stage for the Mongol rule over China that would last for centuries. But Genghis Khan's ambitions didn't end with China. He turned his gaze westward, to the rich and powerful Khwarezmid Empire. Despite the daunting challenge, Genghis Khan's forces swept through the empire like a storm, leaving devastation in their wake. The fall of the Khwarezmid Empire marked the Mongols' entry into the Islamic world, forever altering its political landscape. Yet, the Mongols' relentless march did not halt there. They continued pressing westward, their thundering hooves striking fear into the heart of Eastern Europe. Countries fell like dominoes before the unstoppable tide of the Mongol horde. From Russia to Hungary, no kingdom was safe from their reach. This was an era of Mongol dominance, their empire expanding at an unprecedented rate under the rule of Genghis Khan. The Mongol Empire under Genghis Khan was a colossal machine of war and administration, one that conquered and absorbed cultures, religions, and peoples. They brought about an era of unprecedented connectivity, linking the Western and Eastern worlds through trade, culture, and diplomacy. Genghis Khan's rule was marked by a paradoxical blend of brutal conquest and enlightened governance. He established a code of laws, promoted trade, and even championed religious freedom within his vast empire. His reign, as brutal as it was, brought about a certain degree of stability and unity in the territories under his rule. By the time of his death, Genghis Khan had laid the foundations for an empire that would stretch from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe. His legacy, as controversial as it is, continues to reverberate through the annals of history, a testament to his unparalleled prowess as a conqueror and empire builder. In 1227, Genghis Khan breathed his last, but his legacy was far from over. The exact circumstances of his death remain shrouded in mystery, adding more layers to the enigma that was Genghis Khan. Some accounts suggest he died from injuries sustained during a fall from his horse, while others propose he succumbed to an illness. Regardless of the cause, his death marked the end of an era, but the beginning of a legacy that would endure for centuries. In accordance with the Mongol tradition of the time, his burial was a secret affair. The legend says that his body was returned to his homeland in Mongolia, and anyone who crossed the funeral procession's path was put to death to maintain the secrecy. His burial site remains undiscovered to this day, a testament to the lengths his followers went to protect his final resting place. Upon his death, Genghis Khan's vast empire passed on to his third son, Ogedei. He proved to be a capable successor, continuing his father's tradition of conquest and expansion. Under Ogedei's rule, the Mongol Empire extended its reach even further, spanning from Eastern Europe to the Sea of Japan. This growth in territory made the Mongol Empire the largest contiguous empire in history, a record that still stands unbroken. Beyond the physical expansion of the empire, Genghis Khan's influence lived on in other ways. He established a code of laws known as Yasa, which promoted order and discipline within his realm. His policies of religious tolerance and meritocracy, where individuals were promoted based on their abilities rather than their birth, were far ahead of his time. These policies had a profound influence on the cultures and societies within his empire and beyond. In the grand tapestry of history, Genghis Khan's story is a captivating one. A man of humble origins who rose to command an empire that spanned continents. A leader who, despite his reputation as a ruthless conqueror, implemented policies that were progressive for his time. Even after his death, Genghis Khan's influence lived on, forever etched in the annals of history. From a humble tribesman to a world conqueror, Genghis Khan's life was a testament to human resilience and ambition. Born into adversity, he transformed his life from one of tribulation to one of triumph. His early years were marked by hardship, but it was these trials that forged the iron will of the man who would rise to become the leader of the Mongol Empire. His rise to power was nothing short of extraordinary. From uniting the warring tribes of Mongolia to establishing one of the largest empires the world has ever seen, his life story is a remarkable tale of ambition realized. His conquests were vast, and his strategies revolutionary. He built an empire that stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the heart of Europe, leaving an indelible mark on the annals of history. His death did not spell the end of his legacy. His influence continues to echo through the ages, in the cultures he shaped and the lands he conquered. In the grand tapestry of history, Genghis Khan stands as a paradigm of power and conquest, a figure both revered and reviled, but never forgotten.